The word is yours. Han pratar inte svenska tyvärr.
Good afternoon, everybody. Unfortunately, I do not speak Swedish or Arabic, so forgive me, but I'm going to address myself to you in English today. This is my first time in Sweden. I arrived here several hours ago, and I greatly appreciate the warm welcome from our comrades here in Sweden. And I want to give a word of appreciation and acknowledgement to my comrades in Canada, particularly Wendy Goldsmith and David Heap of the Canada Boat to Gaza. That's the Canadian branch of the International Freedom Flotilla. They have devoted years of their life to the Palestinian cause, and they deserve our honor and our respect. Thank you. This is not going to be my first voyage on the Freedom Flotilla. The first time I went on the Freedom Flotilla was in 2018. And I joined the ship in Lisbon, and after departing Cadiz, I developed appendicitis, and a Swedish captain by the name of Jens Markland. It's no exaggeration to say that Jens saved my life because he diverted the boat to Algeria, where there was an ambulance waiting for me in Algiers, and they took me to the hospital and they operated upon me. And I had an appendectomy. And when I emerged from the hospital three days later, the chief of surgery there, I asked him, what do I owe the hospital for the services, for the surgery? And he said, you owe us nothing. This is an act of solidarity to the Palestinian people. The Algerian people know from decades of colonization and oppression what the Palestinian people have endured. All of them today living in Palestine for their entire lifetimes. And when the Freedom Flotilla first began, when it first sailed, it was not fashionable, it was not acceptable to say what we all knew in our hearts was true, that Israel is an apartheid state. Then in 2014, one of the leading intellectuals in the world, Noam Chomsky, in an interview with Democracy Now!, he said that what's being done to the Palestinian people is much worse than apartheid in South Africa. A year later, John Dugard, a South African human rights lawyer, expressed the same opinion. And then in 2017, Professor Richard Falk, a leading international jurist, and Professor Virginia Tilley issued a report on Israeli apartheid and said the evidence of apartheid is overwhelming. Then came the report of Yesh Din and Michael Svard, a courageous Israeli human rights lawyer, and the outstanding human rights organization B'Tselem then declared Israel to be an apartheid state. Then came Amnesty International. Then came Human Rights Watch. And now today, after the Freedom Flotilla first launched over a decade ago, the whole world knows that this is an apartheid state. And this shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Freedom Flotilla is on the right side of history. They've been right from the outset, they knew the truth from the outset, and they have defended the truth of the Palestinian cause from the outset before it was fashionable to do so. And yet today apartheid continues. Why? How is it possible that the whole world knows what is being done to the Palestinian people, and a country of some 10 million people continues to inflict apartheid on them with complete impunity? The answer is clear, my friends, because of the support of Western governments. These same governments that claim, the government of Canada, the government of France, the government of Germany, the government of the United States, to prioritize human rights and democracy in international relations, they are the reason that the Palestinian people continue to suffer to this very day, despite the global acknowledgement that they are suffering under an apartheid regime. And we sail to draw attention to their complicity. We sail because we want the world to know that they have the suffering of the Palestinian people on their conscience, these so-called leaders of the Western world, and they have the blood of Palestinian children on their hands. But above all else, we sail to draw attention to the indomitable will, the awe-inspiring will of the Palestinian people to be free. It is in their name and in their honor that we will sail tomorrow. Thank you very much. Viva, viva Palestina!